apparently you don't have the numbers, according to everything we're hearing and seeing, to become the nominee. And so I know you've said that you're going to stay in until it's the last vote is counted. Is that because you just want to make sure no one's making a mistake, or just curious as to why?
Senator Sanders, this is Paula right now. And, you know, just going back to Whoopi's question, you can't win the nomination right now with pledged delegates. Hillary only needs 90 more delegates to win. But even SNL was having a little bit of fun over the weekend as to you staying in the race. We want everybody to take a look.
Senator Sanders, I'm sorry, but the night is over.
No, it's not over. It's not over till I say it's over.
Oh, hello, Bernie. I didn't see you sitting behind me. So far behind me, you can never catch him.
We do have a chance to win a majority of the pledged delegates, and I think we have an excellent chance to win California. Political problem that we're having is, among other things, 400 super delegates came on board Hillary Clinton's campaign before anybody else was in the race, before the first ballot was cast. And our job in this campaign is to convince those delegates what I believe is to be the truth, that poll after poll shows Bernie Sanders is a much stronger candidate to defeat Donald Trump than is Hillary Clinton. Last NBC poll had me beating him by 15 points.
But do you concede that you are harming the party by staying in this? You just said it's an uphill battle.
No.
You don't
Absolutely not. You know what's going on right here in California? There is an unprecedented increase in voter registration among young people, among Latinos. Unprecedented. Over 1 million people have come into the Democratic Party just in this year alone. Now, I don't think I'm harming the Democratic Party. I think I'm invigorating American democracy and invigorating the Democratic Party. The establishment obviously doesn't like it. They would like us to go away and do things in the same old, same old. But you know what? The American people are tired, on the Republican side, on the Democratic side, of establishment politics. They want a government that works for them, not just wealthy campaign contributors.
Hi, Bernie. It's Candace here. You mentioned California. Well, Hillary Clinton, she just declined to debate you before the all-important primary in California. Why do you think that she won't?
Honestly, I just believe that this is the most important job in the world. It's the toughest job in the world. You should be willing to campaign for every vote. You should be willing to debate anytime, anywhere.
Well, I think probably I have my ideas, but probably you have to ask her. Look, we have won the last 3 primaries, and we tied in Kentucky. I think there are a lot of people who are supporting us. I think we got a good chance to win here in California. And all I can say is I think she just doesn't want to go face-to-face debating her views on the important issues versus my views.
She's already done that a few times already. Maybe she feels it's enough. This is Joy. Let me ask you another question. Nevada's Democratic Party filed a formal complaint accusing your supporters of inciting actual violence.
There's a script.
Oh, there is a script.
There's a script.
Okay.
There's a script of engagement. Sometimes the crazies bite, and sometimes the crazies don't bite. They're starting confrontations in the line, right? They're not starting confrontations
to volunteers
in the rally, because once they're inside the rally, they're under Secret Service's control. When they're outside the rally,
they're more affected out. They're harder to get in.
The media will cover it no matter where it happens.
And now we hear permits to demonstrate are being issued in Philadelphia. Now, you've said the convention is going to get messy. This all sounds very scary to me, very ominous, and I'm not comfortable with that. What do you say to that, Bernie?
Well, what I say to that, Joy, is there was no violence in Nevada. That place was surrounded with police officers. There was no indication of violence at all. Not one person was touched. You read in the media that chairs were thrown.
Yeah.
You have never seen one video of a chair being thrown. That's just not true. What did take place, and which I condemn, people were booing, they were loud, there were some obscenities. That's true. But, in fact, there was no violence.
Well,
Joy, what you just said in terms... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say...
That's Whoopi.
It's Whoopi. I'm sorry. For some of the folks in the Democratic Party got rather nasty calls from folks speaking supposedly on your behalf. Now, it took a couple of days for you to say, you have to stop doing this. Because, you know, if we're angry at Donald Trump's people for doing this, I kind of feel that I needed to see a little more fervor from you saying, we don't threaten people's children.
And guarantee paid family and medical leave, that we deal with the issue of income and wealth inequality, that we effectively and aggressively deal with climate change, that we deal with pay equity for women. These are issues that have to be debated. Secretary Clinton and I have different points of view on many of these issues. I don't see anything wrong with a vigorous debate.
Almost a full week to accept the fact that our president-elect is Donald J. Trump. Let's see how much it sunk in for this gentleman. Please welcome back the fabulous and always fun Senator Bernie Sanders. Let me ask you, just straight up, what happened?
What happened is Trump touched a nerve on the part of millions of people that media doesn't often talk about. And that is, you got a middle class for the last 40 years that has been shrinking. You got people who are working 2 or 3 jobs. You got a single mom who can't afford $12,000 a year for childcare. You got a worker who's seen his job go to China. You got a parent who's wondering, how in God's name, but I make $40,000 a year, am I going to be able to send my kid to college? You got a 60-year-old worker today who has $500 in the bank and is facing retirement.
Yeah.
You got millions of people living in extraordinary economic anxiety, and meanwhile, the very richest people and largest corporations are doing phenomenally well. And people are saying all over this country, black and white and Latino, what about me? Who's going to stand up for me? And in my view, the Democratic Party has not been as strong as it should be in saying, yeah, we're going to stand with the working people.
Well, you did.
I did. I did.
You did. You did. So would you
work together? Let's create millions of jobs rebuilding our water systems, our wastewater plants, our rail system. All right?
What is it that we can do to make sure that we keep his feet to the fire?
He better start listening to the scientific communities and not just the coal companies.
And if he doesn't,
if he doesn't, you're not going to have much of a planet left for your grandchildren.
I know that. I know that. We're worried a lot about that.
And I think, you know, you talk about people in the streets. I think when millions of people, led by the young people, who want to transform this country, say, sorry, Mr. Trump, I want this planet to be healthy and habitable for my children and my grandchildren, and that is more important than the short-term profits of the oil industry. I think we can stop them in that area.
Bernie Sanders sticking around. So we'll be right back.